Padres are in. They clinch a spot. They do it in 11 innings over Milwaukee. What a wild game. And now the true fun begins. October baseball for the Padres, a second consecutive year, a fourth time in 6 years, and the celebration obviously well underway inside Petco Park. So John and Jim with you. A night where we're going to celebrate what the Padres have accomplished, and we can look ahead. The Padres pulling within 2.5 games of the Cubs as well for that 4 seed in the National League postseason. So as you make your way in, you know the deal. We've been with you all season long. If you haven't subscribed, please do that for us here tonight. Smash that like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We'll be here as long as we need to here tonight. We appreciate your super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member tonight, get some emojis and badges, support our work. Click the join button down below. This is typical Padres, Jim. Overcoming a deficit was not easy. Fell behind multiple times. Trailed as late as the 10th inning, but got even. They got that huge double play in the top of the 11th inning. Freddie Fermin, the hero. And with 5 games remaining in the regular season, the Padres are in, and they remain alive for potentially a better seed than just the number 5 seed in the NL playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing tonight is they're in the postseason. It's official now. It's 100%. Their ticket has been punched. Pretty incredible that, this is now back-to-back seasons for the first time since 05-06. 4 of the last 6 years. We were just waiting for it to become official. But, this franchise and this team, expectation when you start a season is make the postseason. And they've done that. Mike Shildt, for everything that we've talked about with Mike Shildt this year, it is impressive that, he's led this team to back-to-back postseasons. Absolutely. Say what you want about him. We have our takes on Mike Shildt as a manager and whatnot, but there's no denying that he gets his teams to the postseason year in and year out as a manager. Now we'll see what they do in the postseason, but to celebrate the fact that, this team makes another postseason appearance. I mean, let's just say that you, were born in the early 2000s and you didn't really remember the early 2000s team, and those teams were kind of okay, right? Making it one year with 82 wins and the next year you win the division, but you didn't reach 90 wins. And then the 2010s happened and you just started to become a Padres fan, right? And you went through a decade of just absolute shit. Just some of the worst baseball you'll see. And now you get to the 2020s and it's like postseason. It's pretty incredible. The cliche of anything can happen, right? And they punch their ticket. So, now the next season begins, right? It's like, it's true. And we'll see what happens. We have our reservations on this team going into the postseason, but tonight you have to celebrate.
Yeah. You bring up some really good points. It's a phenomenal era of Padres baseball is what it is. We still haven't seen them reach that ultimate goal. To your point, you might have grown up and watched some pretty piss poor baseball over the years, or you might be a kid. Look at all the young people in the crowd. You might be 13 years old and you've watched this team go to the postseason 4 of the last 6 years. You've grown up with the Padres being one of the more relevant teams in baseball. Tonight, again, to me, is a good summary of how they've done it. It's not always pretty. It's not always easy. They rely heavily on their bullpen. Pivetta kept them in it, had that one shaky inning where they fell behind. And then they find ways in the 10th and 11th inning where it felt like for a moment the Brewers were going to take command of the game, specifically in the top of the 11th inning. The Bradley Rodriguez spot was massive.
Dude.
Bases loaded. He falls behind Jackson Chourio, 2 balls, no strikes. He swings through a 2-0 pitch, maybe a sinker away. And then later in that sequence gets that ground ball double play. Just a massive moment. And then the Padres do what they do really well in the bottom of the inning. They sacrifice. And then ultimately Fermin comes through. They didn't even necessarily need the sacrifice because Fermin came through. You're kind of thinking also about Fernando Tatis Jr. not in the building tonight.
No.
Was not feeling well, under the weather. He's not part of the celebration. He's obviously a huge part of this team and has been for the better part of the last half decade or more. Tatis not there. Hopefully more celebrations for Tatis moving forward. But kind of an odd scene with Tatis out of the lineup, not in the ballpark tonight, and the Padres celebrating without one of their true leaders over the last handful of years.
Yeah, a little bitter of a moment tonight because, we get to the later part of that game and they're pinch hitting like Freddie Fermin, and I'm like, where's Toddy? Like, is he there? Or when Laureano gets a pinch hit, like, is Tatis there tonight? And we find out, like, oh, he's not there. So it's a bitter moment. I'm sure Tatis must be feeling like shit if he's not at the ballpark. But I also do understand it from this sense. If he's sick, the last thing you want to do is get everyone around him sick.
Yeah, with the playoffs a week away.
We know how fast things can spread in a clubhouse, especially in baseball clubhouses, or any professional sports clubhouse. So
Yeah,
my
definitely.
guess is like he felt something and they told him stay away because we don't want to be sick heading into the postseason as a team.
It's the last thing they need. Let's get this party started. Thank you, Jen. This is so generous.
Let's go.
Gifting 5 memberships. If you want to join in on the party, you can gift memberships. Click that join button down below and get the membership train going here with the Padres heading back to the postseason and October. Members, by the way, I'll just pull this up real quick, get the custom emojis, including the Cortez the Killer emoji, which makes no sense. But you do get the Furminator. And he, of course, plays the hero here tonight. So if you want to become a member, click the join button down below. Let's get to some of these other supers that are rolling in. If you want to support the channel, if you want to make sure your comments on screen, click the $ below the chat box. We're getting to all of them tonight. We're going to react to everything. We're going to look ahead. We're going to look back. We're going to go anywhere you want to go. Par Threes Club, man, he started some of these membership trains over the course of the last month or two. So thank you, man, for your support of the channel. I'm actually rocking Par Threes Club right now.
Let's go.
So
I got
check him out.
Where's my Par 3 Club sticker? It's around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. Anyway.
Check him out at par3s.club. But he says, let's go San Diego. Arise on fire for his bobblehead day. Arise had a huge moment in this game. Tied it up in a 3-2 game. He was struggling earlier. I think he was 0 for his first 3 in this game. But yeah, Luis Arise, a big moment. He kind of hoped and sensed maybe he would do it with the first 40,000 fans getting his bobblehead here tonight. And Arise plays a role, an up and down year for Luis Arise, but certainly played a significant role in this comeback tonight.
I didn't realize he had a 10-game hitting streak, 14 for 40, all singles. Was that it?
Kind of makes sense.
I think that was it. It was either a 10-game hitting streak or it was a double-digit game hitting streak. I know that for Arise because they showed it, and it's like he's 14 for his last 40, all singles. All singles. I'm like, okay, but that's like what he does, and if he's getting on base and he's hitting for a high average, like that's what you ask and that's what you're going to get. So yeah, I mean, he had a huge moment tonight for sure. And having a kind of hot Fernando Tatis Jr. Or not Fernando, Luis Arise going into a postseason, like that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, completely. I agree. He had that moment. How about Jose Iglesias' home run?
Yeah.
I mean, second decker. How about Jose Iglesias' bunt?
Massive. Oh, that was awful. I mean, but the home run was incredible. It's a double deck. It was on the upper deck.
Yeah, upper deck. And it's just a second home run. So I didn't expect that. But listen, Milwaukee's a damn good team that the Padres have played well. I know Milwaukee technically clinched a division. They have not clinched the 1 seed. But I think Milwaukee's an excellent team. The Padres have played the Brewers well. The Padres are going to have to win a series to lock horns again with the Brewers. But, I mean, it seems to be at least a matchup that the Padres could have some success in based on what they've done in the regular season. They're 3-1 against the Brewers, including a victory here today. We'll see if they can win this series over the course of the next couple of days. What do you got?
Here's my take on the Brewers. If the Padres get past the wild card round, if they're the 5 seed, still to be determined. We'll see what happens tomorrow and with the Cubs, right? Mm-hmm. But if they get past the Cubs and if that's the team they play, they would face the Brewers. I tell you what, I'm not scared of the Brewers. I know the Brewers are nearing 100 wins this year, but like they remind me of the Padres from the sense of like they do rely on their pitching and they don't hit a lot of home runs. Mm-hmm. Now, they've hit more home runs than the Padres this year, and they've scored a lot more runs than the Padres this season. But I feel like a matchup with the Brewers wouldn't, like, frighten me like a matchup with the Phillies would in a division series.
Well, I agree with you, and maybe we're putting carts in front of horses.
We are. We definitely are.
But here's the thing. The Brewers aren't even guaranteed the 1 seed. And
That's
it
true.
could be contingent on what they do here. I mean, this is the type of series that if the Padres were to sweep the Brewers, that could change who's the number one seed
Right.
in the National League. But you're right. They're still likely to be the one seed, just like as we sit here right now, the Padres are likely to be the 5 seed. The two-step thank you. He says, LFGSD, time for some playoff chaos. If Padres achieve the goal of a World Series, what do you envision going right? Man, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Everything.
But for that to happen, who do you see getting hot? I mean, it's team effort stuff. It's a game like this. It's a game like this that they're going to need to win in the postseason, where there's adversity, they're down a run, they come back, they play well situationally, they get good relief pitching, but it's going to take a combination of events to win consistently in the postseason the way the Padres want to play and win. I don't think it's a one-player thing, but you saw tonight maybe some of the formula that the Padres have used over the course of the year.
Yeah, in the postseason, it sounds simple, it's difficult, but in the postseason, timely hitting, great pitching.
Yeah,
that's how you win World Series. Like, that's what you have to do, because the pitching part of it, I felt like they had that last year, but the part they didn't have is the timely hitting part. When you have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the postseason, like, those runs are so important, right? When you have a runner in scoring position in less than 2 outs, you have to score that run. It's so simple, but it's so difficult to accomplish. You can be a power hitting team and you can just run into some great pitching and, you're done. Like the Padres last year, their offense was one of the best in baseball. They ran into a great Dodger bullpen, or at least the Dodger bullpen that was pitching great, and completely shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you win postseason games. And of course, you got to play great defense. So it's everything that Mike Schilt preaches too, by the way.
And speaking of that, I mean, Cronenworth's play in the top of the 11th inning is the game. The infield's in, he lays out for a ball. If that's a base hit there, the Brewers have a good chance to score 2+ runs in that inning. Yeah. And that changes everything. You're treating the bottom of the inning completely differently if you're both Milwaukee and San Diego. And there's multiple things you look back on when you win a close game like this against a good team. That is the difference between winning and losing. And one of those things was Jay Cronenworth and his defense there in the 11th inning. JDMLSR 2000, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, leaving the game right now. Sat in section 107, so electric when they won it in extra innings. They made up for that first boneheaded bunt, LOL. Well, listen, they're going to live and die by that damn thing. If they got a chance to move a runner to potentially win a game with nobody out, they're going to do it. So I don't fault the strategy. I fault the execution. And then they did execute it. And Iglesias got a hero's welcome on his way back to the dugout there in the 11th inning.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't succeed, try again. If you don't succeed at first bunt again.
100%. Ballpark Pretzel says, party at John's, put your goggles on, tap water on ice. I'm actually drinking some hop water. If you know, you know.
Oh.
Crafted with adaptogens, bro.
I'm not drinking hop water. I'm actually drinking nothing.
Dude, go get a freaking water, man. Live a little.
Should I go get a bottle of champagne?
Sure. Yeah. Go get it. You got one?
And pour it over my head.
Did you have one?
No, I don't. But if the Padres win a World Series, on the wrap-up show, I will take a bottle of champagne and just pour it over my entire head. And I will keep pouring bottles of champagne over my head.
Dude, we'll do a lot of things if the Padres win the World Series. Okay, we'll do a lot of things. We'll do a lot. Richard, appreciate you, man. Longtime viewer of the channel, Dodger fan. He says, congrats to you both. NL postseason is wide open. It is. And that doesn't mean it's wide open for the Padres. It's wide open for all these teams. Padres happen to be one of the teams that's going to be in. So it might be open for the Padres or the Dodgers or the Brewers or the Phillies or whomever else. I'm fascinated. I truly am fascinated. I do not think you can write any of these teams off, including San Diego. With you, you've said it is a new season. Doesn't mean that you get the desirable results that you're looking for, but I can't be sold that the Padres won't have an opportunity in the postseason. They have a very good roster, one of the better rosters they've ever had in the history of the team. they can compete in the National League. Doesn't mean they're going to win a series, but I'm telling you right now, there's no reason going into the postseason to be like, there's no path for the Padres, because I just think that's so pessimistic, that outlook, and I don't think it's reasonable. Why would you start your outlook like that heading into the postseason? It wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the confidence level going into the postseason might not be as high as you hoped it to be, like we were last year. But look what happened last year. Last year, it was like, yo, this is it. And they choked, right? And they lost. And they went 24 consecutive scoreless innings. And this year, we're like, but as you said, anything can happen in the postseason.
Anything.
And, while they're missing some pieces in that bullpen with Jason Adam out, and guys are stretched and the pitching kind of wonky, like there's no reason to sit here and be like, they have no shot, because that would be ridiculous. They absolutely have a shot. And they do have the pieces. It's just, can those pieces click, and can they go on a run here? But there's absolutely no reason, like you said, to be a pessimistic fan going into the postseason and being like, no shot. Why? I don't even care. Like, no, like, watch the game, see what happens. Because guess what? Maybe they surprise you.
Yeah, I mean, we've come too far for that, in my opinion. And they're too good of a team to be completely written off. And there's other good teams, but they're too good of a team to be completely written off. JD Gacho, who I think maybe as recently as a couple of days ago told me that they had no shot in the postseason.
Right.
But thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, just for the fun of it, if the Padres, Dodgers, and Cubs all are tied at season's end, what are the seeds? Not happening. There's not a three-way tie between the Padres, Dodgers, and the Cubs. I think the odds of that are very low.
Right.
I have no idea what the seeds are. I'm not forecasting that. If it happens, we'll discuss it. The odds of that seem incredibly low, but I guess remain possible. I think the most likely is the 5 for the Padres. I think the second most likely is you overtake the Cubs. And the third most likely is the Dodgers completely collapse and the Padres finish by going 6-0, which now would be 5-0. And you could somehow sneak your way into that division title. But right now, the most likely seed is obviously the 5 seed, based on everything that we know, with 5 games remaining in the year.
Yeah, I'm going to need to see a lot in the last couple of games here from, the Padres still have to keep winning, and, other teams around them are going to need to keep losing. So tonight is what it is. They're in the postseason, right? That's what tonight is about. And we'll see. If we get to Friday night and it's like they're tied with the Cubs, game on for the 4 seed.
Of course, if they're within a game.
Yeah, game on for the 4 seed. Hosting at Petco, where they have been incredible this year. They're one of the best home teams in all of baseball. So yeah, the 4 seed is incredibly important. If they have a shot at that, go get it. But it's about what other teams do around them. They do not control their own destiny. They do not control this thing. The Cubs go out and they win tomorrow night, and they win on Wednesday. Like,
makes it a lot harder.
It's going to be damn near impossible. You're going to need a miracle if you don't continue to win either.
This is the karma that we're looking for here on the wrap-up show. Thank you, Sunriser. Sunriser is a loyal viewer, big-time supporter. We appreciate you, man. He's been with us tons of days and nights and weekends and in seasons and out of seasons, and big-time supporter of this channel. Can we get some clap emojis for the Padres and Sunriser right now in the chat? If you're here live, put it in the comments. If you're here on replay, he says, let's go. So happy today. Let's go, Padres. You should be, man. The Padres fans have been incredible. Look at the scene tonight. It's Monday.
I know.
And it doesn't matter if it's Monday in May or Monday in a clinching scenario. And they're going to draw the most fans in the history of the team. They've had 67 sellouts. You can't sell me at a better fan base. You can't. And people are so hungry for this. You've been waiting, and you've been consuming, and you've been hoping. And here we are. We had to wait a year, Jim. It's been a fucking year. I was going to curse there. It's been a fucking year since essentially game 5 of the NLDS. We've had to wait a year. It's been 11 plus months. Okay. Like, we're tired, but this is how sports work. You got to wait you got to wait a year to get back to a title game situation or to a playoff situation. Yeah. Here we are, Jim. I mean, they're back, not in that exact spot. They're not in the NLDS as of yet, but they're back and they have another opportunity.
Yeah, it's crazy because last year they clinched a postseason berth on a triple play. This year they clinched a postseason berth on a walk-off, which is what AJ Cassavell said is the first walk-off clinching moment in Padres franchise history.
That makes sense.
So that's pretty cool. But it also just kind of shows like there haven't been a lot of postseason, clinching moments for this team. Like they backed in 2022 from the sense of they didn't have to win to celebrate, right? They lost and then teams around them lost. So they made the postseason. Last year was pretty incredible, that triple play at Dodger Stadium. And then this year, that walk-off by Freddie Fermin, two guys that weren't on the roster to start the season. Like Freddie Fermin and Bryce Johnson, not on the roster. And they're in the middle of a clinching moment for this franchise. Like that's pretty crazy.
By the way, Bryce Johnson made a great play laying out in left in a tie game, whether that was in the 9th or the 10th inning. So like there were some moments in here. That's a really good point. Sunriser, thank you again. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, they just beat Freddie Peralta as well. I mean, they didn't actually hand Peralta a loss, but like this wasn't easy. You go down to Freddie Peralta, like Pivetta allows those 3 runs, and it's uphill, man.
109 pitches or something. How many pitches did he Pivetta throw tonight?
Second most of his career, 112.
112. Sorry. I will say this about Freddie Peralta.
Yeah.
He threw 76 pitches. This was I mean, I know the Brewers are playing for the 1 seed, but a part of me thought after they took Peralta out after 5 is like, we're not going to really push him here. And
2 different strategies.
Yeah. I definitely. So to say they beat Freddie Peralta tonight, I mean, I get it. Yes, they technically beat the Brewers in a game that Freddie Peralta started in, but pretty conservative on Pat Murphy's part to take him out after 76 pitches, don't you say?
I would, and there's a lot of philosophy here. Like we had Josh Mauer on today. He's like, the Brewers want to set their rotation. They've dealt with injuries late in the year. Like the last thing they could afford is no Freddie Peralta in 2 weeks because they have the bye week essentially. Where the Padres are like, listen, this might be Pavetta's last start of the regular season. He's not going for another 7 days. Potentially, he might throw an inning or 2 this weekend, and they decide to just, kind of rely on him pretty heavily in this game and kind of ride him, which surprised me, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting Nick Pivetta to throw 112 pitches. Like in 5 2/3 innings, that's a big number. He was taxed. 5 walks is a huge number, but he got out of a couple of spots. Brewers had opportunities in this game, 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. So credit to Pivetta. And then the bullpen, I mean, think about it. It started with Marinaccio and Hart, and then they went to, like the Estradas and the Morahones, and eventually it was gradually Rodriguez because you're running out of arms. But worked out. Padres were aggressive in this game, and it ended up working out for San Diego. Part 3's Club, thank you again, man. He says, what did you guys think of Nick Pivetta and the ump tonight? I thought the ump was terrible.
It was awful.
Just terrible.
Just one of the worst of the year.
Yeah, it was terrible. Both ways. He was just flat out awful. I'd love to know how many pitches he missed. It had to be 25. I thought Pivetta was fine. I thought he got into that one problem spot in the entire game, essentially, and he worked out of trouble. But, I mean, it wasn't a terrible outing. 5 2/3 innings, 3 runs. He gave this team a chance.
Yeah, and in the postseason, like, that's going to be deemed like a good start in the postseason. 5 2/3, giving up 3 runs, leave the game trailing by a run, give your team a chance to win the game. Like, with the bullpen the Padres have, that's deemed like a good start in the postseason. And I think you would take that most any days. Like, you're not getting 7 1-run, 2-hit, 9 strikeouts, 0 walk games in the postseason. Rarely you're going to see that from a starting pitcher. And if you do, I mean, that would be an incredible start in a postseason game for any pitcher. But 5 2/3, 3 runs allowed, like, I think majority of the time you'd take that from your starter.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, this is an interesting finish because, like, you're bringing up some good points in the Brewers. Like, how badly are they going to be trying to win these games. They're not yet assured the 1 seed, but they're well positioned for it. And you wonder strategically like how they treat these next 2 days after going 11 innings.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arizona, we'll see. I mean, they may have something to play for. They may not when they get here this weekend. So it seems like a little bit of an advantage Padres based on the situation that San Diego is in, trying to chase something down as opposed to the Brewers, where it's like they're just trying to like lock up the 1 seed, but it almost feels inevitable.
But then the question also is on the flip side is, now that the Padres have clinched, they're in the postseason, what are they going to do? Are they going to view this as we can chase it, or are they going to set things up? Because right now, Nick Pivetta, highly unlikely he's going to pitch again in the regular season, right?
If he does, it would be an inning or two this weekend. But I could make the case for him not to pitch again, yeah.
So if there's a chance for them to get to the 4 seed over the weekend, what are you going to do?
It depends on what the chance is. If I'm 3 out with 3 to play, I'm punting. If I'm 1 out with 3 to play, I'm aggressively going for it. I think it's kind of a math game, you know.
All right, so you're 1 out with 2 to play. Pivetta is scheduled to start on Saturday. What do you do?
I mean, I feel like you've come too far to just not try to take advantage of that opportunity because you have the tiebreaker. That means you have to outplay them by 1 game over the final 2. You go 1-1, they go 0-2.
Then what if you lose that game? What if you lose and the Cubs win and you then have to go on the road and it backfires on you a little bit?
I mean, that's called, that's risk reward. You got to make a determination on what is most important. I'll tell you this, being at home matters. So it's worth the risk if you have a legitimate shot.
And we'll find out. We'll find out if being at home matters, and I think it would. But being at home compared to lining things up how you want to line things up.
I don't see, man, that would be really fascinating. I mean, it's all contingent on the Cubs. If the Cubs go out there and lose to the Mets tomorrow, I think the Padres do everything in their power to chase this thing down.
Okay.
That's my guess. I'd be shocked if the Cubs go out there and lose tomorrow. If tomorrow it's, I mean, they're not going to put a lineup out there tomorrow, a post-clinch lineup. They're not sitting anyone tomorrow. There's no way.
Who, the Padres?
Padres, no way they sit anyone. With what Manny said publicly to the media today about the division still being in play, I don't think you see anything until something's been determined. I don't think you would do that.
Do you want to hear Manny real quick?
Yeah.
Hold on. I get it.
Right there. 2 good fucking teams. For Murahan and Suarez, 3 nights in a row to do that. For Freddie Fermin, what did you see out there? I mean, I saw heart. I saw conviction. It was a beautiful thing to watch. You're back in the playoffs. Hell yeah. What does it mean for this group? Yeah, we're back in that motherfucker, baby.
Oh my gosh. Back in that motherfucker, baby.
I mean, I heard him earlier today. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, that's the goal. Whatever the seed is, the goal is to be in. They're in. They got a chance. They've been good in wild card series this decade, 2020, 2022, 2024. They're in. They're going to be in a wild card series, wherever it is, and they're back in. Sunriser, man, thank you again for the very generous super. He says, watching the Padres telecast, looks like Toddy is sick. And few Padres were talking to him during the celebration, so that was great. Was he there?
I didn't see him there.
I didn't see him, but we're doing this. My initial reaction was, "Where is Toddy?" So all good. So he was there. I didn't see that, but I haven't been watching it intently.
I must have not seen him. I mean, Tatis is pretty. I mean, you can't miss the guy.
I mean, unless he just like snuck his head in at the end. It was like, "Hi,"
like hello.
But to your point, it's like if he is in fact sick, you would think you'd want to keep him away from 100 people that are in that clubhouse right now.
Right. Like, don't be coughing on everybody, bro. And there's a lot of germs that are being spread in that clubhouse right now.
100%. Thank you, Sunrise. We're going to get back to this, guys. If you are here, I think we're pushing 9,700 subscribers. Would you mind? Oh, it was on the phone. It was on FaceTime. It was on
Okay.
FaceTime.
That makes sense.
Thank you for the follow-up. Thank you for the super. You followed up by saying on the phone. That makes way more sense. So thank you.
Right.
Guys, we're 55 subscribers from 9,700. Please subscribe. We want to get to 10,000 this postseason, so please subscribe to the channel. And thank you for the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. Great night to thank our title sponsor who's been with us for 5 Padres seasons on the wrap-up show. Mark Nimitz at Farmers, diehard Padres fan, native San Diegan, huge supporter of the channel. We never get the channel off the ground without Mark's help. If you have an insurance need, trust us, go to Mark. I've got 3 insurance policies through Mark. He's going to take care of you and your family. Believe me, I had to file a claim previously. He took care of everything, saved us so much time and so much money. He's going to do the same for you and your family. No matter the time, he's going to be there for you and your family. So what separates him is his service and communication. Whatever you need, auto, home, renters, life, earthquake, Mark Nimitz is going to be there for you. So click the link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Call Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres. Then he'll talk to you about saving money on your insurance. So if you support this channel, please support our title sponsor who's been with us for 5 seasons of the wrap-up show, Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, Padres first, then insurance needs second. All his information is at the on the ticker below there. His email address, mnimitz@farmersagent.com, and you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
Yeah, website now says Marcus, but we
Marcus Nimitz. That's probably why I couldn't find his name, John.
Potentially.
Because I was typing in Mark, not Marcus.
So as we turn the page to the postseason, you know, again, I feel actually it's kind of interesting because we've been pretty pessimistic. We've been pretty critical. They've had opportunities to be in this division. They haven't capitalized on. They've lost series to teams like the Twins and the Orioles. Then you get to a night like tonight, and it's a 3rd consecutive win. They're trending towards 90 wins. I have that like hopium. Like I kind of start to believe. Like, what's the thing that's holding them back from a wild card series, from winning a wild card series, for example? The road, okay, I could be convinced of it. They've struggled against good teams on the road. I get it. I could be convinced of it. I do think home road matters. But that alone, is that really the reason I'm going to be down on them heading into the postseason because they're going to play on the road potentially? So I don't know. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that's a fair way to look at it. But yeah, I mean, like we've been saying, it's a new season. It's a fresh start. There's some signs that you would point to saying they're not necessarily trending in the right direction. There's other things like I look at the Cubs and they've lost 4 straight and they've got pressure on them right now. So I'm excited is what I would say. I think I'm more optimistic and more excited than I was 3, 4, 5 days ago because now that they're in, anything can happen.
Yeah, I'll take a hit of some hopium with you.
Yeah.
I'll take a hit because, you know, once the postseason starts, it's like, you know, it's a reset and it re-energizes you. Like if you can't get up for the postseason, like something's wrong.
I agree.
Something's wrong with you. And, you know, if they were to go on the road into Chicago and face the Cubs, they'll be underdogs. And I do feel like this team could operate better as the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last year they became the favorite and look what happened there. They choked. You know, if they lose in the postseason again, it's not going to be like, oh, they choked, you know? So maybe going in as an underdog and no one giving them a chance is exactly what they need. And they have the pieces. You do think the Cubs, we talked about this with Darren today. It's like, you think the Cubs would be excited to face the Padres in the wild card series of the postseason with all the talent the Padres have and the bullpen that they have? No. They're like, oh shit, that's a tall task right there. That's going to be tough. Like the Padres are not going to be, I feel like, an easy out.
I mean, do we think the Brewers would be excited to play the Padres? I don't.
No, hell no. Nobody would be excited to face the Padres. Like it's crazy. We talk to other teams, you know, play-by-play guys and other teams, beat reporters, and they all say the same thing. Like we watch this team every single day, so we know them better than obviously everybody else does. And we just have this like feel with them, and we know if they're playing well and if we know they're not playing well. But other teams and other people that don't watch the Padres as much as we do, they're like, dude, the Padres are really freaking good. We're like,
so true.
What? And so from that standpoint, hell yeah, dude. Everyone's going to be scared, I feel like, to face the Padres because they look on paper and they're like, damn, Mason Miller, Robert Suarez, Adrian Morejon, Estrada, King, Pivetta, Manny, Tatis, Merrill. Yeah.
I agree. We have two news tidbits that are coming out. One of which from Dennis Lin is that AJ Preller said the Padres hope to get Fernando Tatis Jr. back later this week. Tatis is being tested for a variety of potential illnesses, including flu and COVID. Preller added that Tatis told him on the phone to take off his shirt like he usually would. So basically saying Tatis is in good spirits. But again, according to Preller, the GM, they hope to get Toddy back later this week. That to me does not sound like tomorrow, based on AJ Preller saying that tonight. The other piece of news is from AJ Cassavell that says, Mike, this isn't news, but it's news. Mike Schultz saying Nick Pivetta will be set up for most likely game 1. Of course he will be.
Yeah.
And that will be against the Cubs in all likelihood, either here or there. So that's what you're looking for or looking like 1 week from tomorrow when they take on likely the Cubs.
Which we all knew. Yeah. And so that would lend me to believe that they're not going to be pitching him again in this regular season.
That'll be interesting. I tend to agree with that. I would never want something to happen. It'll just be interesting because it's a decent layoff, 8 days.
Yeah. It's all right. Go down that hypothetical path. So you would pitch him Saturday for like 2 innings?
Yeah, like use it as a bullpen. That would be the possibility, just to keep him fresh. I don't know if it has value or not. You just treat it like a start. He goes out there, he throws 30 pitches.
I could get behind that.
But you got to make sure, is that more valuable than his health? You know what I'm saying? Because you would do it to keep him fresh, but anytime you put someone out there, you're risking something.
Right.
Comebackers. I mean, so I could be convinced either way, truthfully. I could be convinced of him pitching. I could be convinced of him sitting.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting decision for the organization. That is an organization decision. That is not a Mike Schild decision. JD's third thank you. He says, compete for Pete. Unfinished business. I mean, you heard, Mike Pomerantz talk about that a little bit here before we start on the wrap-up show. I mean, you think about the run they're on, it all coincides with Peter Seidler's tenure of taking over this franchise in the manner in which he did, the spending prowess, the visibility, the marketability, the winning. So unfortunately, he's no longer here to watch this vision through. Obviously, his brother is representing ownership, and we'll see what happens here. But I mean, a lot of this coincides with Peter's ownership. So yeah, I think he should absolutely rightfully be recognized in moments like this now and moving forward in terms of what he has meant to this organization.
Did anybody see his brother tonight, John Seidler?
I did. And none of the players were like shaking his hand. He's like, who are you? On field as they were walking in, like 3 players shook his hand and the other like 23 walked right by him.
Like, who's this
guy?
In
the Padres clincher t-shirt.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I didn't see John.
That was as they walked off after the team photo into the clubhouse, like 5 to 10 minutes after the game.
Got it.
He was on
that's funny.
He was down there. He got a hug or two, a handshake or two, and about 20
like,
other
Manny.
people.
He's like, what? Who are you?
where do you work?
Huh?
Sunriser, thank you again. He says, LOL started looking at hotels, flights, tickets to Chicago, rather not spend the money, and we have the home playoff games. Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, we know it's going to be like at home. Yeah, it goes without saying. We've seen it over the years. We've seen it this year. But, I mean, you might have to take the show on the road. And if you do, I bet there'll be thousands of Padres fans in Chicago if this thing starts on the road next week. So wherever it is where it's going to be.
Yeah. It wherever. I mean, look, if they're at home, that'd be pretty incredible. But if they're on the road, they did it in 22. So go do it again, And I know they're not a good road team. I know that they haven't beat any good teams on the road this year. But you know what? We're hitting the copium hard tonight. Like, why not?
Yeah, like why not us type thinking. I mean, we're not talking about, like, just to be fair, though, the Cubs could, of course, win a series here, just like the Cubs could win a series there, or the Padres could win a series there. But it's not like the Padres are going to be taking on a 107-win team out of the gates. Like in 2022, they took on a Mets team with 102 wins, right? Or 100.
They did. They faced 2 100-win teams on their way to the NLCS.
Yeah. So it's like They've faced 100-win teams. The Cubs will not be a 100-win team. The Cubs are dealing with injuries. The Cubs are dealing with a losing streak right now. So
Right.
I'm not writing anything off. I'm sorry. I will not write the Padres off. There's people that will want us to. There's people that the next time they lose, if they lose tomorrow, will say the Padres have no shot. I can already see it. But I'm not tying what's going to happen right now to what's going to happen a week from right now, because I think they're two completely different things. What happens tomorrow night with Randy Vasquez on the mound does not apply to what happens with Nick Pivetta on the mound against the Cubs at Wrigley Field 1 week
100%.
from tomorrow. So that's how I'm going to look at it.
100%.
You know, JD's third, thank you, man. He says, we need a win song for Petco like the Cubs have. Hey, what do you say? The Pods are going to win today. I think they're fine. Whatever they're doing at Petco right now is working. 20 games over.
JD's third. No, bro. Stop.
Yeah, like stop.
Like we get it. Stop.
We get it.
We get what you're trying to do. Stop it.
Get to a lucky box and use our promo code Padres, all lowercase. Take $5 off. These, by the way, are in Chicago at O'Hare. If you're going next week, find a lucky box if the Padres are there. Don't go to Wrigley if the Padres aren't there. But if you're going next week, I'll be in Chicago this weekend for San Diego State NIU. But if you're going next week, find a lucky box. They're also in Vegas, everywhere. They're in New York. They are coming to Southern California. You can pick up a mystery sports card at a lucky box. I got this Toddy Auto 10 back in July when me and Jim were in Vegas. And they also have like Messi cards and Mahomes and just unbelievable products inside these machines. Make sure to use our promo code Padres, all lowercase. Get $5 off whether you're picking up a sports card or a Pokemon card or an autographed jersey. Do it at a Lucky Box mystery vending machine.
Yeah, luckyboxvending.com. Go to the website right now. Sign up. All you got to do is use your name and your email. You get opportunities to get insider perks, early location drops, and opportunities to win signed memorabilia for free. All you got to do is sign up, luckyboxvending.com, or scan the QR code at any Lucky Box vending machine in the country.
I mean, all signs would point to Michael King, right? In terms of the game too. The signs would point in that direction. They're not going to say that definitively today or tomorrow in all likelihood, but is that what we're looking at, you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think flying here. I think Pivetta game 1, King game 2. It sets up perfectly for King. Get him one more start on Friday before the postseason begins, and he would be on regular rest for game 2. I think getting cute and trying anything different. Just keep it simple, stupid, right? Like, don't try to make this thing complicated. Go Pivetta 1, King 2. That's just what you have to do. And if you get to a game 3, you go to a game 3. But the thing is, you're in a game 3, and you're in a win or go home, and it's all hands on deck. So it's not like you're going to say Dylan Cease is starting game 3, and you allow him to try to pitch through 5 innings. Like, if he has trouble in like the second or the third, you're going to the bullpen. So it's like, go Pivetta game 1, King game 2, and then worry about game 3 when a game 3 comes, if it comes.
Yeah, I agree with that. What would you do here with this Tatis situation? As in, play it cautiously, get him healthy, see you when I see you. He was starting to play good baseball. You wouldn't want to miss the final week of the regular season, but I mean, you also don't want to get the whole team sick.
Not like the best news to hear.
Not really, truthfully.
Like, oh, he's got COVID potentially, and we have to test him for like pneumonia. Like, excuse me? So yeah, that's not something that you want to hear. But we'll see. Take it day by day. And if you get to Friday and it's like he's still pretty sick, then I'm worried.
Yeah, I just hope it's like, it just feels like with Tatis, like there's always like, oh
always
man,
something. There's always something.
Like, and this is like, by the way, you talk about a guy that the Padres have relied on in his 2 postseasons. It's Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, this guy has been incredible, like historically good in 2020 and 2024. Of course, he wasn't there in 2022, his own fault. It's like, I'm relying heavily on Fernando Tatis Jr. We said it today. I'm not relying heavily on Xander Bogaerts, who's likely to return tomorrow from this foot fracture. I'm relying heavily on Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, I'm expecting him to be the difference maker at Wrigley Field, him to homer, him to have a pair of doubles. Like that's my expectation for Fernando Tatis Jr. I hope he lives up to those expectations because he's been a brilliant playoff performer in his short playoff career.
Right. He's a guy that when the lights are the brightest in the postseason, he shows up. He's a big time postseason player. You're going to need I mean, there's no doubt about it. You absolutely need Fernando Tatis Jr. in this postseason. And so now it's like, please get healthy. I mean, just stick the IV in, constant IVs for the entire week, which I'm sure they're going to be doing, and get healthy, bro.
How do you feel compared to all of these recent playoff teams? 2020, weird time. But how did go think about these moments? They're in 2020. They're in 2022 with Soto. They're in 2024 going 43-19 down the stretch. They're in 25, knowing everything that we know, post-trade deadline, see what happens from here on out from a seeding perspective. How would you compare 2025 to the other recent playoff appearances of the Padres in terms of feelings heading in?
I'll start with 2020. The first year it was like, I mean, it's COVID year, so it's like, yay, we get to cover something fun. And they had no pitching.
Yep.
Somehow they beat a Mike Schultz led Cardinals team.
Somehow. That was crazy.
Yeah. So Jace Tingler outmanaged Mike Schultz. What about that?
Good point.
22. I forget how I felt, but I think it was like a little bit of the same how I'm feeling now going to the postseason. You know, like they didn't particularly play well in the regular season. The moves that they made that year, it was the Juan Soto year. I mean, Juan Soto did not have a good second half. Josh Bell was blah. Fernando Tatis Jr. got suspended for PEDs. And they're facing a 100+ win Mets team on the road to start. I don't think our confidence level was very high in 2022, to be honest with you. And then the ball started rolling, and you're like, "Holy shit, this could be something." And then you get to the game 4 at Petco Park against the Dodgers, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is actually happening." And then that's when we just were full in, like 100% all in. And then we all know what happened in the NLCS. Last year, I felt like that was going to be the year. I really did. I was like, here we go. This is it. And it wasn't. And this year, I kind of feel like I felt in 2022, which could be actually a good sign because it kind of went well for them in 2022. Like it didn't kind of go well. It went really well for them in 2022. They just didn't get to the World Series, but that's where I'm at. What about you?
Well, it's funny you say the 2022 gut punch was the Tatis news post deadline. That's where I changed my tune. I think we were all thinking with Tatis, this might be the best team in baseball in 2022. That was in your head at least. Hey, they've just added Juan Soto and they're getting Fernando Tatis Jr. Like you can't have a better trade deadline than that. And that went haywire. And to your point, they caught a little bit of lightning in a bottle, and they made an NLCS to their credit.
Yeah.
The most confident I've been in these 4 playoff runs was 2024. I thought in 2024, I mean, there was probably a 24-hour period I thought they were going to win the World Series, truthfully.
Yeah.
I think when they went up 2-1, I thought they were going to win the World Series. My bad. And it sucks because it was such a quick reversal of fortunes from up 2-1 to out, 2 or 3 days later. But I think the most optimistic I was 2024. But I'll be honest with you, man. I think this roster to me is comparable to 2024. You could argue it's better than 2024. They just haven't played that way. They don't have the results to back their roster. But like on paper, I like the 2025 Padres as much as I like all those teams on paper.
Yeah. I mean, if Jason Adam was healthy, I would give it to this team.
Fair point. It's a fair point. And their starting pitching has sucked, unfortunately. On paper, it looks good.
Yeah, I would give the edge to last year's starting pitching. But that's also like before Musgrove got hurt. I mean, if we're talking about right before the postseason starts, I mean, they had as deep of a team as you could have. I mean, they had everything. They had the lineup, they had the starting pitching, they had the bullpen. I mean, they had everything.
You're right.
And then Musgrove, if you remember, started game 2 last year.
That's right.
And they had Cease and Darvish, right? Like Musgrove started game 2. So
It's crazy.
I don't know. I'm not with you on this team being better than last year's team roster wise. I think last year's team roster wise was the most complete that I've seen in my time here in San Diego. But still, that does not mean this team can't try to accomplish what last year's team didn't and still get farther than last year's team. Like they still could do that.
I buy that. It's a good argument. I won't fight that. That's fair. Sunriser, appreciate you, man. He says, hey, they made it postseason in the odd year.
I know.
So I'm
crazy.
super happy. My superstitions, maybe they run to the end. Right. I mean, look at that, man. 19 was awful second half. Okay. They didn't have expectations. 20, great. But COVID. 21, ridiculous fall off. Historically bad. 2022, the bounce back. 2023, as disappointing as they come. 2024, one of the best teams in franchise history. 2025, man, adversity late, find their way in. They buck that trend. I mean, this is probably for another day, Jim, but I mean, you start talking about Schilt Preller, this combination, extensions, what's next. I know they're just in the playoffs. I know the goals are more than that, but these guys are going to be here, which I don't think is a bad thing. Mike Schilt obviously is going to be here. He's going to get a third and fourth season. He's already under contract. AJ Preller, in my opinion, has got well more than one more year here if he wants to be here based on the body of work. So I think that's where we're trending towards moving forward, just like with the organization and the structure of it. I think there'll be continued stability if AJ Preller is the one that wants to be here.
Yeah, there should be no question about AJ Preller and his future with his immediate future with the Padres. No question. This guy is here for the long haul. He should absolutely get a contract extension. I don't care what's happening behind closed doors. They need to make sure they keep him in place if he wants to stay here, which there's been no indication that he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like you found something that's worked. Why break that up? I think Schilt's a weirdo. You think Schilt's a weirdo. But guess what?
I do.
They win, and they're in the postseason for the second consecutive season under Mike Schilt. So you keep him and Preller together because it works finally. It took so long for Schilt or for Preller to get a manager that he's on the same page with for consecutive seasons, like the Tingler thing. It went all downhill in year 2. The Melvin thing, it went all downhill in year 2. The Schilt thing, they're not as good as last year's team potentially, but we'll see. But look, they're in the postseason again. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it's a very interesting point. And by the way, getting way ahead of ourselves, there's no reason to think next year they're not. They'll be competing for a playoff spot because of course they will, because they spend money.
They? Yeah.
They have resources. Why wouldn't they? That's exactly right. There'll be some things they have to address. That's every offseason, and they'll position themselves likely to trend towards the postseason. Mr. J, thank you for the super chat. Birthday shout out to Stephen Lake.
Oh.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Stephen. Witnessed our win tonight at the ballpark. Steve called the walk-off win halfway through the game.
Oh, there we go.
LFG Padres, very cool. Happy birthday to Steven. Congrats to you guys for witnessing history. Padres back in the postseason. We said that, I think, yesterday, Jim. It's not like they go to the postseason every year. This isn't the St. Louis Cardinals, historically, in the National League. This isn't the New York Yankees. Okay, yeah. We're counting on two hands the all-time postseason appearances. They've been around since 1969. I said it the other day. They had one postseason appearance in their first 27 years. So it should be celebrated. This has been a good run for Padres fans, and hopefully this continues. Peter Souther, I don't think he was kidding when he said the 2020s are the decade of the Padres. Mm-hmm. We need that cherry on top. Everyone wants it. Everyone needs it. Everyone recognizes it. But even without it, it's been a fun ride. Is how I would describe it over the last handful of years.
Would you say they have to make a World Series for it to be considered the golden era of Padres baseball, or no?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I do feel like they need like a run. Because if they could continue to make the postseason and fall short, you're just like, yeah, I don't know. Like you need that moment where you get over the hump. But they are doing everything they can. I mean, making the postseason year after year after year. You give yourself a shot year after year after year. That's all you want, and that's all you ask for.
100%. It's like, I mean, shoot, even Atlanta, when they won all those divisions in a row. I mean, they did win one in 95. They won that World Series. They made the postseason, whatever, 10 or 15 consecutive years, and they got one. Because to your point, they had a lot of cracks. JD Stir, thank you, man, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. If you want to become a member, get the emojis and the badges, support the channel. Click the $ below the chat box. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, over 500 people are here at midnight. I mean, it's amazing. We're pushing midnight. There's 500 people here live.
Oh, my goodness.
There'll be thousands that watch this on replay. Please subscribe. We're 53 subscribers from 9,700. Please subscribe. We appreciate that's a great way to support our work. And thank you for the super chats and these super thanks. If you are here on replay, the super chat coming in from Caspa, thank you. And he says, how many upper deck bombs will Iglesias hit in October? I'll put the over-under at 0.
Yeah, my guess is not a lot.
Shit, if he hits a home run in October, we'll sign up for that, right?
Dude, yeah.
Oh my God, it'd be a massive moment. Like, what's the scenario in which he's hitting a home run? I mean, it'd be unbelievable.
But my guess is he won't be playing much in October.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially with the Padres hopefully getting healthier here. Mr. B, thank you. He says, smile, you salty old bastards. We clinched. I only kid, gentlemen. Thank you for all the coverage this year. There were some really, really rough patches this year, but nonetheless, y'all were here for us. That's the point of the channel. That we appreciate you saying it, man. I mean, it's yeah, that's the thing with baseball. There's a lot that goes into it. A lot of days, a lot of nights, a lot of games, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Point of the channel to react to it, to be fair, transparent, give Padres fans what they deserve, what they want, and appreciate you saying that, Mr. B.
Thanks, Mr. B. Salute.
Salute. Guys, if you're going to Chicago, I don't even know.
Like, salute.
If you're going to Chicago, if you're going to Petco, if you're going tomorrow, if you're going this weekend, if you're going to the postseason, make sure to take advantage of our promo code over at SeatGeek. You can get $20 off your first order of $50 or more by clicking the link in the description down below. You heard me right. Use our promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Get $20 off your first order of $50 or more at SeatGeek. $20 off your first purchase with promo code PADSWRAP. Just click the link in the description, download the app, have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. And we do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. You can get in tomorrow. By the way, all these games are crucially important for the Padres to potentially secure playoff games at home. And you get in tomorrow for $20 with fees. That's 3 tickets for $60. You take $20 off. You have 3 tickets for $40 with fees. That's $13.33 per ticket. So take advantage of that offer, or if you're heading to Chicago for the postseason or looking to watch the Padres in San Diego, and click that link in the description down below and use our promo code PADSWRAP.
Yeah, also SeatGeek is MLB's official ticket marketplace, so your tickets, they're fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. All you got to do is use promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek for your very first purchase.
What a I'm kind of glad this game played out this way for a clincher. I know people wanted a laugher. I think people wanted like piling on. Padres scored the first run. You're like, let's just enjoy it. Let's celebrate together. I honestly enjoy this more because it's a pins and needles type thing. It could have gone either way. You're playing a good team. You get the confidence of maybe being able to beat a team like Milwaukee in the postseason. I think there's something cool about walking off to make the postseason, as opposed to the exact opposite of that, which is like you don't even play and some random team loses across the country and then you're in the postseason.
Yeah, backing in and making the postseason because another team lost, that's no fun. The fun part is winning the game and celebrating on the field. And then not only that, but a walk-off. I mean, last year was like, holy shit, triple played to clinch a postseason spot. And it was at Dodger Stadium, so it made it even sweeter.
Dude, that thing was absurd, man. I want to go back and watch that show, to be honest with you.
My question now for you is, Because how many times did we see the triple play this year on Padres.tv?
I honestly, how many times?
Yeah. Like, give me
I've
a serious guess. Like a serious, honest
I
guess.
think I've seen it between 2 and 7 times, 150 times. I'd say I probably saw it 490 times.
Man, that's a pretty good guess.
But I think Estrada's strikeouts I've seen 585
I've
times.
seen it. I want to say I've seen Estrada strikeouts. Yeah. Give me like 4 or 5 times a game times 150.
Something.
So what
That's
is
a big
that?
number. That's 600-700.
Yeah, probably 600 or 700. Do you think that they have the Freddie Fermin walk-off clincher for Padres.tv next year?
Can they put in some additional ones? There's other moments.
What I mean, dude.
Like,
Oh
by
my
the
God.
way, if Tony Gwynn had as many hits as he had me watching his 3,000th hit, he'd have another 3,000 hits. I've seen
have
the
6,000
3,000
hits
3,000 times.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a great point, though, man. You're going to see that for me hit a lot in 2026.
And it's not like the, oh, Manny Machado walk off, home run. It's not the pro. If it was a Manny Machado walk off home run, we're seeing that fucking play 1,000 times next year during Padres.tv. Freddie Fermin, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You know what's interesting? I never thought of this. Like Ballpark Pretzel says, get cable, Jim. You want us to see them? I never thought of this. The only people that are watching the promos are the Padres.tv people because the cable people are seeing cable ads.
What?
Yeah, because on cable, they're selling through.
Is it through Spectrum?
Advertising, like Spectrum and Cox. I would assume
that makes sense.
It makes sense. It's cable television. Why wouldn't they be selling it through that way?
So I never want to get cable ever again. So
but the thing, and Padres.tv, I think they said there's 50 or 60,000 people subscribing. For those 60,000 people, please mix it up. Give us more than 3 things, please. That's all I'm asking for.
There's a lot of people that have just Padres.tv through the app.
Tens of thousands. Right. Mr. B, thank you. He says, I'm liking how it seems that every game won this month was due to a different player's moments every time. Is this a good sign going forward? To not rely heavily, you're saying, on like one player to carry you? I could take the one player carrying them, truthfully. Like, I am not opposed to Manny Machado hitting 550 over 11 postseason games, which, by the way, can happen from players in postseason, like the Bryce Harper type postseason.
Yeah, we take that.
I'll probably take that or Toddy hitting 5 home runs in 10 games over I don't know. I mean, listen, I like the 1 through 9 paying dividends, but I also like the bazooka player just completely going off.
And the crazy part about this whole thing is, it's Monday night, the 22nd. They could go to Chicago, lose 7-1, 4-2, and the games in their season's over on next Wednesday night.
And the bullpen has no consequence.
None. Or it's the opposite effect, and you win 7-1 and 4-2, and the bullpen plays a huge role, and you dominate.
And we're all watching Game 6 of the World Series in 5 weeks.
That too.
I mean, that's it's called commercial.
For at least
advertisements
for at least one team next week, maybe multiple. But for at least one team will go quietly into the night and have just nothing go right for them.
You're saying in the wild card, in the 4 series, one of those teams will just be completely inept?
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yes, I'd be shocked if all 4 wild card series in the AL and the NL are amazing and go 3 games and it's back and forth. One team, I don't know who it is, knock on wood, it's not the Padres, but one team will lose 4-1 and lose 5-2 or 5-0 or something and just get, just look like shit.
And to Calvin's point, that's baseball, and he's right. I much prefer the 3-game to the 1-game wild card that we used to see.
100%.
But I still, man, even the 3-game scares the hell out of me because you go down a game and your season's on the line.
Yep.
Go down a game. And now they overcame that in 2020. And then in 2022, what did they do in the wild card, Jim? They beat the Mets in 3. They won game 1 and 3.
They won game 1. It was you had was it Jerkson Profar's home run? No, it was Josh Bell's home run off Scherzer.
That's exactly right. It was.
And that's what you need. You need that like unsung hero moment. And you need a lot of unsung hero moments to go right for you. But yeah, and then game 3, it was the Joe Musgrove Eargate game. And then he just shut them down, and Padres tacked on, and Edwin Diaz came out to trumpets, and it was a pretty sad trumpets when that happened.
And then 2024, they rolled Atlanta.
Just rolled. That's my point. Last year, Atlanta was the team I was describing.
But remember their path. They lost freaking Sale.
Yeah.
And they played a doubleheader the day before the wild card started.
Which was insane.
Insane. But that benefited San Diego, and it was all
the
good.
Mets were in the same position, and they went to the NLCS.
Good point. Sunrise, this is okay. So he says, you guys are not helping me. Should I book the tickets or not?
Yes.
What would you do? No, are you booking a trip to Chicago right now that's non-refundable? Right now, as we say.
If it's non-refundable, that's a risky play. I would wait until tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow. Okay. Tuesdays are usually good days to book flights. So wait till tomorrow.
Who are you? Freaking Expedia.com?
Yeah, I am. If the Cubs lose tomorrow and the Padres win tomorrow night,
then I'm waiting.
But if the Cubs win and the Padres lose, book the flight.
I think the Padres win tomorrow. Famous last words.
I don't think they lose another game. I think they just win out. I think they go, let me do the math here. 13 plus 5. I think they just go 18-0 down the stretch. They don't lose another game.
They'll lose a game.
They win, 19 because they won tonight. No, 19. 21 because they won on the weekend. So they will win 21 consecutive games to win the World Series.
They'll match that A's team.
Yeah, there we go. 21 straight.
I mean, listen, I will say this. As Sunriser, I'm with you. Wait 24 hours on this thing. You'll have a better feel. But, like, here's the thing on the Cubs. They're closing at home. The teams they're playing are pesky because the Mets need to win. Okay?
Yeah.
More so than the Cubs, you could argue, because the Mets can miss the postseason. And then St. Louis is the Cubs' bitter rival. There's nothing they want more than to beat the Cubs, to ruin something of Chicago's. So I don't know what to expect. I really don't. The fact that they've lost 4 straight, are they really going to like lose out going into the postseason? No, they're not. But are they going to struggle at Wrigley this final week? I don't know. It's a massive week for them, just like it's a massive week for a lot of teams around baseball. JD's third thank you says they said Bogey will be wearing a special boots equipment when he comes back to help him play down in mud. They said that. I thought maybe Schilt said something about like something within his shoe, potentially. I mean, whatever. He was hitting 200 when he went out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not counting on this guy to be your savior. He doesn't have to hit 315 in the postseason. You hope he can field his position effectively and come through in some manner.
Tell you what,
he's not the end all be all.
Tell you what, you better, when you're at the plate, you better wear some big ass shin guard and foot protector.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm not taking any chances.
Hell no. I agree with that. All right, we do want to remind you guys about Underdog. Listen, they got 3 great offers going on for you with our promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Get $5. Nope, get $50. That's more than 5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you play $5. Get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and get a free gimme pick. And what is a free gimme pick? It's higher or lower than a half total plate appearance for, let's say, Manny Machado tomorrow, or higher or lower than a half total passing yard for Patrick Mahomes this weekend. So they're giving you a pick, you pair it with another, and you can win up to 5,000 times your money. You heard me right. You can win up to 5,000 times your money in a single night. So get the $50 in bonus funds by playing $5. Get the 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Get the free gimme pick by using our promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Click that link in the description down below.
There's the QR code. Click it or scan it. Take you to the App Store. Download Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code PADSWRAP to start playing today.
What do you say, Jim? Postseason?
Postseason, man.
Best time of the year.
Wrap-up shows 4 for 6.
Wrap-up shows have, what are you saying? Wrap-up shows have made the postseason 4 or 6 years?
Yeah.
That's right. 6 seasons. Oh,
Yeah, 4 for 6.
it's not bad.
In baseball,
the
that's really
Padres.
good.
Yeah, that's right. We started the wrap-up show in 2020, but some of you will be surprised to know that we did the wrap-up show exclusively on radio for 2020 and 2021. We brought it to YouTube in September of 2021. Isn't that correct?
I got a notification on my phone the other day. It said, congratulations on 4 years of the wrap-up show on YouTube.
That's crazy. So we brought the wrap-up show to YouTube in September of 2021. During that tailspin, they were out.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, off season, in season, the wrap-up show has been bringing you this type of content for the last 4 years. And we've interacted with so many people, man, over the years. It's unbelievable. Forget about the subscriber numbers, just the amount of viewers and the people that we've interacted with. Who knows how many people that is over the last 4 years? I mean, it's in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
Like, we've been covering this team longer than that, right? For, I mean, shit, decade now for me. Well over a decade for me.
Yeah.
You since like 2017, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, starting this show, and every single year that we have been on this show or done this show, it has been a roller coaster. Like 2020, it was the COVID year, but they made the postseason. 2021, the epic collapse. 2022, NLCS run, Juan Soto. 2023, just a complete shit show. You know, everything was going wrong. 2024, the 93 win season, the amazing second half. Dodgers this year, back to the postseason. It's been a crazy ride.
I would love for people to put right now in the chat, whether you're here live or on replay, how long have you been watching? Is this your first day here? Amazing. Have you been with us for a season, 4 seasons, 6 seasons on the radio? Appreciate you guys, no matter how long you've been here, whether it's your first time here or you've been with us for literally a 6-year run of the wrap-up show. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Why don't we say we do this all again?
That was 2022.
Oh gosh, what year was that?
That was 2022 because I remember that was the year the Warriors won the NBA championship and the Juan Soto stuff, and I was going through it. I was single Jim. So I was like, you know, it wasn't pretty. And then Aaron came into my life, and I'm for the better now.
Were you like a drunk that year?
I think I was.
Were you?
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
even remember you really being a big drinker at any real point.
I'm not a big drinker. I'm not. But for some reason, I was just like, fuck it.
There were a couple of crazy shows back in the day.
Remember the show? And I won't say it too loud because I don't want Aaron to hear. But I remember you were doing a solo show, and I was about to like go on like a date. And I went on.
Ended the stream?
I went on, and I ended the stream. I was like, peace, because I was like, I think I was drinking. And you got so mad at me because you had to restart the stream.
Yes, I do. You moron.
That was funny. The AutoZone night was an all-timer.
That was an all-timer.
That was not happening right now. I'm not near an AutoZone.
I'll tell you, man, the radio station. So can I just say this real quick? The radio station sucks so much because this was before the pitch clock.
Oh, every game ended the exact same time like the game ended tonight. Around
Did they
10
get rid of the
p.m.
Ghost Runner in 2021 after the COVID season in 2020?
No.
For 1 year?
I think the Ghost Runner came into play in 2022.
Well, they had it in 2020 during COVID, but did they get rid of it in 2021? I forget.
Oh, I don't
because I remember some long ass nights.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't because I remember they didn't have the DH in play in 2021, and they didn't have the Ghost Runner in play.
Well, that's when freaking Tingler botched that game against the Dodgers in 15 innings.
That's why I remember it, because we killed Tingler for not knowing what a double switch is.
Oh man, he lost the clubhouse that night. I promise you that.
Yeah, Rich has been here too long.
Yeah, Rich has been here too long. Appreciate you, Vaughn. Mr.
Let's
B,
go, Vaughn. Welcome.
A couple of years.
Yeah, buddy.
2 seasons, 2022. I wonder who's watched the most minutes of this channel.
I'm going to go with either Rich, James, or JD's third.
There's some of you that have
Consumed
been
a
very
lot.
loyal.
Sad Friars been with us for a long time. Whatever you do, do not go back and watch our first wrap-up show.
I almost want to pull that up right now.
Let's do it.
Just to pay off the 400 people that are here live at midnight.
Yeah, do it. Pull up the first
Shit.
one and bring it up.
Talk for a second. I'll pull it up. You pull up some of these comments.
Because here's the thing. When we started doing the wrap-up show, the radio station in 2020, it made sense. Now, for you, it was a little more difficult. Like, you just had a newborn, right?
Yeah, I had like a 1-year-old at home.
How were you
born
still
in March
married?
of 2019?
How did you not get a divorce?
It wasn't bad because if you remember, I'd go home, I'd put Jones to sleep, I'd go back to work. I mean, sure, it could have led to a divorce, but Kristen knows I worked in minor league baseball, dude. I mean, this is who I am, you know?
That's true. That's true. And luckily at the time I was living right down the street from the station, so it wasn't like crazy.
Yeah, I was not.
I know. Dude.
It was. I had some crazy nights driving home. I remember one time someone almost drove me off the road, and that was when I was like, "We need to go do this at home." I almost got a crash one of those nights because someone almost crashed into me, and after that, I'm like, I can't do this every night.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever. It was fucking crazy, dude. So I looked up in my mirror on the highway. You know, man, I'm just driving. There's no one on the highway. I'm driving home to North County. It's like midnight. It's probably, one of those late nights. It could have been later. It could have been 1 a.m. because we had some crazy shows. I'm driving. All of a sudden, I look at my rear view. There's a fucking car on me, flying. I'm like, I braced for impact. That's how close it was. And I think I swerved one way, not knowing if there's a car next to me. And the guy misses me by like an inch. And I was like freaking out.
So you almost died having to talk about Emilio Pagan.
Basically, it was after Pagan allowed like 3 home runs in an inning, or Jace Tingler fucked up some double switch. That's how loyal we've been to this damn channel. It nearly cost me my life.
Honey, I gotta talk about Jace Tingler, his double switch problems. I'm dead. God, dude. Holy shit!
Fucking crazy. That was a crazy night. Sunrise, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate all you guys.
Appreciate it.
We're not dying, so we're going to do it. We don't think. So we'll do it again tomorrow. Join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. on John and Jim on the radio. 4 hours. We'll react to this. We'll get you ready for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be an important game for the Padres. Can they do better than the 5 seed? So tomorrow's important. This last few days of the regular season, this is going to be important, obviously, for the Padres. So please join us tomorrow on John and Jim, and then tomorrow night on the wrap-up show. Sunrise, everyone here, thank you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your support of the channel. And we're looking forward to what's to come here, hopefully, in the days and hopefully weeks ahead for the Padres. I'm trying to see, where are we on subscribers? 50 away from 9,700. So please do subscribe. Appreciate all you guys. Can't get to all these comments, but appreciate all you guys. Support the channel. Subscribe. Year-on content for Padres fans. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on X, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the super thanks if you're here on replay. We appreciate you guys on replay here as well. And thank you to those that become members. Support our partners, please. Mark Nimitz at Farmers, Hamul, Lucky Box, SeatGeek, Underdog Fantasy. Padres are back in the postseason for the 2nd consecutive year. For the 4th time in 6 years, we'll be here for you throughout the postseason here in 2025 and beyond. And for Jim, I'm John. We will see you tomorrow on the wrap-up show. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.
And John and Jim, bye.